available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invite you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Is it time for new reading glasses? Go to Readers.com. Readers.com has more than 700 styles to choose from in powers ranging from 1.0 to 7.0. Readers.com also has readers hard to find in stores, like bifocals, sun readers, and computer readers. Choose from hundreds of fashionable styles and colors for under $20. Go to Readers.com now and type in the coupon code DEAL at checkout, and you'll save up to 40% through this special offer. Order now, and we'll quickly deliver your readers right to your door. Plus, all of our readers are absolutely worry-free because they're backed by our 100% happiness guarantee. So save up to 40%, get convenient, fast delivery, and a 100% happiness guarantee. Go online to Readers.com to find your perfect pair of reading glasses for under $20. But don't miss this special offer to save up to 40%. Go to Readers.com now and enter the coupon code DEAL. Again, that's Readers.com. Coupon code DEAL.
It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio. Tonight, David's rant of the week is midterm madness and a discussion of why you should be worrying about an election 4 months away. Plus, in our studio tonight is Greg of Hackett Equipment talking about a new line of heavy-duty range backpacks his company is now offering. All that and more on tonight's On Target Radio. So be sure to give us a call at 312-642-5600 or watch us live on YouTube, On Target Radio, or go to Facebook, like our page, On Target Radio, and ask a question there.
And now, from the seething cauldron of personal opinion, it's time for David's Rant of the Week.
Yet another Chicago suburb has jumped off the cliff of reality following lemming-like villages that have passed anti-Second Amendment ordinances in the past couple of years. This time it's Northbrook, where an amendment to the liquor code now requires businesses with on-premise liquor licenses to post signage prohibiting the lawful carrying of firearms. Nota bene. I did not say bars where liquor is served, but businesses that sell liquor to take out, such as, well, your local grocery store. For the most part, businesses ignored it, and that egregious act of defiance by, well, pretty much everyone in Northbrook drew the ire of the village board. So what did the board do about it? They tactically redeployed the Northbrook Police Department to visit every business in town that has a liquor license to give them a stern finger wagging and some of the no-gun window signs. Now, think about that for just a minute. This is how far the left has gone. They redeploy law enforcement from crime-stopping duty to visiting businesses with a liquor license and telling them they are required to put the no-gun signs in their windows to prevent crime. Oddly, none of these businesses have exactly been what anyone would consider the epicenter of crime in Northbrook. Principally, the Northbrook Village Board implemented an unpopular ordinance to solve a problem which didn't exist. Deerfield did something equally stupid recently. The village had an ordinance addressing firearm storage and transportation. Not that there had been any appreciable problem in either of those areas. The ordinance was redefined to include a ban on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines, neither of which had been a problem either. The change directly violates state law, which reserves that right exclusively to the state. At the state level, the Democrats are openly trying to reverse parts of the concealed carry law that they had agreed to during the initial implementation. Typical of liberalism, they agree to anything to advance their agenda, then simply ignore the agreement once they get what they want. And do I even need to address what will happen if Pritzker defeats Rauner? Right now, you're just worried about your scary-looking AR-15. Under Pritzker, you need to worry about, well, pretty much every firearm and box of ammo sitting in your safe. If only the madness were restricted to specific states, but we find it rampant at the national level. We have a shadow government trying to oust our president, the FBI colluding against the Trump campaign committee, and ultimately the White House personnel. And speaking of White House personnel, the ultimate fruitcake, Congresswoman Maxine Waters, has openly urged anti-Trump acolytes to accost Trump cabinet members wherever they're seen and tell them they're not wanted there. And for that matter, anyone, anywhere that appears to be pro-Trump. And then there is the gaggle of liberal senators calling for Trump's impeachment. If the Dems take the Senate, it could spell trouble, which brings me to the point, the midterm election. Next November 6th is a high-stakes political poker game. The problem is John Q. Public has generally stayed away from midterm elections, but this time you would do so at your own risk. Historically, the party of the incumbent president tends to lose seats during midterm elections. Looking back at the past 21 midterm elections, the president's party has lost an average 30 seats in the House and an average 4 seats in the Senate. Only twice during that period has the president's party gained seats in both houses. Note well, all 435 seats in the House of Representatives and 35 of the 100 seats in the Senate will be contested. And let's not forget that Antifa and the other radical socialist organizations are literally crying out for a civil war. Key statewide seats are up for grabs as well, the most notable being the governor's office, and even the election down at the county level can have major consequences. This is the time to wipe out these self-appointed social change con artists. They've shown us time and again what their policies can do with test laboratories in Chicago, New York, Detroit, and Los Angeles. They consistently increase the size of power of government, force ridiculous unfunded regulations on John Q., and they make end runs around the Constitution while raising taxes every chance they get. We're not talking simply gun control, but literally our way of life in America. They will rig elections, lie in the press, intentionally target Republican candidates, and make troublesome people disappear. As much of an oxymoron as it may appear to be, it is organized chaos. Don't fail to turn out to vote on November 6th and reverse the traditional midterm madness. And that, Gretchen, is my rant for the week.
That would be really, really refreshing because thank you. It's
sort of like sound.
It's also refreshing to have a microphone that's on. Because, Trump is really just getting started with what he wants to do, what needs to be done. And, I think he's doing a great job. I think, it seems like he's got a list and he's checking it off. But
sounds like Santa Claus.
A little bit. It feels like Christmas every day. But I think that if we lost the Senate, then it's going to be harder to get our Supreme Court pick confirmed if he hasn't already been confirmed by then, and any future Supreme Court picks. And obviously it's hard enough with Mitch McConnell in charge of the Senate. It's hard enough to get things done, but it's just going to be completely untenable if we don't have control of the Senate.
Well, I mean, it's not as if they can actually impeach him. I mean, what are they going to impeach him for? Doing what he promised during the run.
They're going to impeach him for following the Constitution.
Exactly.
God forbid he should actually follow the Constitution.
The problem with doing it is that they will tie everything up. It'll be it's
right.
Not technically in litigation, but you know what I'm saying.
But it's gridlock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It'll just be gridlock, which is what they're so good at. And they're particularly good at gridlock and then blaming us for the gridlock.
Right. Then they call us obstructionists. They call us the party of no when, we want to be the party of yes. You're just not giving us anything to say yes to.
Yeah, it's this. The thing that's frightening is it is historical fact that the midterms are typically ignored, and
Well,
they're
people get
enforced.
excited, in a presidential year. People get excited about elections, but yeah, what people don't realize, and we harp on this at the county level all the time, at the local level, is that people don't realize the elections that happen in between the presidential elections are actually the ones that affect your life more.
That's exactly
They're
right.
the ones that really will jack up your property taxes and determine, who's teaching your children what, and what kind of park district you're going to have, and what kind of county services you're going to have, what kind of forest preserves you're going to have. So it's actually the elections in between the presidential elections that are especially the spring. I mean, I'm a big proponent of spring elections are incredibly important. A lot of people don't even know they're happening.
Yep. Listening on Target Radio, this is AM 560 The Answer. Give us a call. Weigh in on this. 312-642-5600. 312-642-5600. We're going to talk about midterms this evening, and we have a guest coming in the next segment. We're going to talk a little bit about some new equipment for shooters. But yeah, the midterm thing, it's a little scary because it's never been good that the incumbent president loses seats, but now it's really not good because it's so polemic. There's such a divide that there's no common ground at all. And if they get back in, that's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. And it really is at every level. I mean, just look at Illinois, and we're going to talk about that in another segment tonight. But I mean, you just look at the stakes of what's going on.
Yeah.
And they're really charged because now we're on our second SCOTUS appointment. They're like fired up for vengeance.
After the day Kennedy announced he was going to retire, they were losing their damn minds.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally. I mean, you couldn't look at Facebook, you couldn't turn on the TV without some liberal going, they're going to take away our right to abortion.
Yeah, exactly. They have the amazing ability to, even though they're roughly 50% of the population, turn out about 95% of the population. So what did Ronner tell us before he got elected? He added what percent?
Yeah, he figured he needed at least 10% extra to make up for the vote fraud that he expected to happen.
Yep. So yeah, that's when we come back. We're going to we're going to talk to Greg about a new range bag that he's putting out for everybody. So all that and more when we return with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
How can you get from here to there? We've got the answer from the Balance of Nature Traffic Center.
I'm Eddie Manzano in the Balance of Nature Traffic Center on the inbound Kennedy. Slight delay from Addison to Sacramento, O'Hare to downtown at 23 from the junction 12. Outbound to O'Hare from downtown at 20. Inbound Ike sluggish from Ogden to the Circle. Thorndale to the post office at 31 from Manheim 18. On the outbound to Thorndale from the post office at 29 minutes. Inbound Dan Ryan stop and go from 18th to the Circle, 95th to downtown at 24, on the outbound at 15. No other delays to report at this time. Suburban tollways, Tri-State southbound, your problem is from 90 to the Irving Park Toll Plaza, northbound side from St. Charles to Lawrence Avenue. Currently mostly cloudy, 71 degrees. Tonight a low 65. Tomorrow Monday a high of 79. Next update in 15 minutes on AM 560 The Answer.
My overrating's bad.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
I didn't know, too, that we could tip Uber drivers.
Didn't know.
This is new to me.
Every time you complete a ride, it
Right.
pops up with a rating, and then if you want to add a tip. 2.5 Uber rating for Amy Jacobson, 4.88. This is for Dan Proft.
You just not even say anything to them when you get in the car?
Correct. That's the secret to getting a high Uber rating.
Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
My husband's blood pressure has dropped 30 points. I've lost 8 pounds. He's lost about 20 pounds. His arthritis is gone. You guys have given me back my husband. I'd come home from work, and if he beat me home from work, he would be laying in the recliner, and I would feed him supper in his recliner and would be like really boring, pathetic old people watching TV while we ate dinner and then go to bed exhausted and wake up tired. I came home from work last night, and he was mowing the lawn. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's so amazing.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751, or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
And if you're a shooter, you may want to actually go and watch this online. We have with us Greg, who owns actually Hackett Equipment, and they have a new line of shooter's range bags. Greg, glad you could come in this evening. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
And Kristen, Greg's wife, is here with us. She's sitting there smiling, and
she'll be my Vanna White today.
I was going to say, well, that's what I said. Can she, do the hand thing, holding it up, and all that? But yeah, you may want to see this because we're going to show a couple of interesting new range bags. So, how long have you owned the company?
So I bought the company from a gentleman earlier this year, Mr. Hackett from West Peoria, and ever since we've been growing the company, and the main goal was to kind of, get the growth as fast as we could, and we've been slowly getting into gun stores, and we've had some subscription box companies and things like that. So the progress has been really good in the last few months for sure.
Whatever drew you to a company that makes range bags?
Yeah, so I started shooting when I was like 4 or 5 years old. My grandfather and my dad, they were slow pistol shooters, bullseye shooters, and I've always wanted to get involved with the gun community, and I felt like this was my best way to do it.
Cool. So there are lots of different packs and range bags and stuff. What's setting you apart? What makes you different?
Yeah, absolutely. So these bags were designed to be covert. Like, they kind of look like a regular backpack. The main feature is that they're made for the urban shooter, the guys who live in the city, the suburbs, that ride elevators or have to go like out to the parking lot, for their car, and they don't necessarily, want everybody like to see that they have, guns in their bag or a telltale range bag, So that's the main feature, and then the other feature is that they hold a lot. The large range bag holds like 60 to 70 pounds, and the smaller bag can hold like 30 to 40 pounds. So.
When you open it up, particularly the large one, I didn't look in the small one, but the large one is got all kinds of like compartments and all sorts of stuff in it.
It's kind of like a book. So
can we get that? Does that show up on camera?
Yeah, I can see it.
So
I'm looking at YouTube at the same time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're looking at the small pistol bag right now. It's like your everyday carry bag. A lot of Chicago police officers, security personnel, and TSA workers carry this thing. Basically, everything fits in its own little compartment. You got room for 2 guns, targets, ammo, eyes, ears, pretty much everything you need for a day at the range. And the smaller bag's nice for the guys who have to qualify every so often, and they get to carry it around to work. And the police officers have been really liking it a lot.
Is there, in the small one, is there room for like putting files or paper and stuff in?
Yeah, absolutely. So instead of like putting like targets, you could put like a small laptop or like a clipboard or something in here. So
it's something literally you could go to meetings with and be armed.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And like a corporate office setting too would be good too. And there's like space to put like your magazines and pretty much like your water bottle, everything, So, and all our products have a lifetime warranty now. So that was really exciting to roll out. We did that 2 weeks ago.
So you have, how many different bags do you have now?
We have 2 bags right now. We're coming out with a rifle bag that attaches to the large range bag at the end of the month. We're going to be doing pre-orders for that. And then we also have a small kind of pistol carbine bag that's going to attach to the small bag. So it's pretty exciting stuff. We've been innovating and designing over the last few months, and we're just really excited to start rolling these new designs out.
So are you the one who's designing them now?
Yep. Me and my wife's brother, my brother-in-law.
He didn't forget this time.
I didn't forget this time. He's been really helping me, get the social media stuff. We're really big on Instagram. We kind of want to appeal to the younger audience. The older people like it too. But we kind of want to really focus on like the younger urban shooter that lives in the city and suburbs. So,
you can talk to Kristen. It's okay.
You got a mic right there.
I think no, I guess not. I guess she's not going to talk. You ought to be.
Her plan was not to talk.
Yeah, we ought to put her with Eric. He doesn't talk either. He talked last week, but he didn't. Yeah. So, what kind of price range are we looking at here?
For the small bag, it's $79.99, and the large bag is $99.99. But if you use the code AM560, you'll get 10% off. So that's a little extra, icing on the cake with everything. So
are these principally, is this mail order then?
Yeah, well, actually, we've been making a really big push to get into the local gun stores. Like we're in GAC Guns. We have Fox Valley shooting range. We're also in a few stores in Indiana in the Hammond area. So we've been really
pick them up.
Yep, absolutely. We've been really focusing on getting into the gun stores. So
Chicago is actually a target-rich environment. No pun intended. But it seems like, my God, every other month there's a new gun range opening up.
Yeah,
they're all over the place. So you certainly got a big market here to go to. You were talking about Dan Eldridge, who's Maxon's. He's a sharp businessman. If you give him a deal, he's probably a guy that you want to talk to.
Yeah, Dan will be hearing from us.
Yeah, in fact, he would be a good guy for you to talk to because Dan is the president of the FFL. What's the word I want?
Lobby.
It's not lobby. I was going to say union. Bad word.
No,
he's the president of the new FFL lobby. And Todd Vandermeide is their lobbyist in Springfield. So he knows all of them. He can probably talk to them and find out who all to contact in different ranges.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been making a really big push for the brick and mortar. We do sell online, and we've been working with a few subscription box companies that do like tactical boxes. They send them every month, and that's been really cool too.
Why am I not aware of that? That whole box thing, like they do with clothes.
There's boxes for everything now.
Is there really?
There pretty much is. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Another thing for you to waste your money on. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to the assumption that of the 15 different companies I run, one of them makes money. None of them do.
But your ability to waste money astounds me.
Well,
regardless of the fact whether you have it or not.
I may raise it, but it goes somewhere else. I never see it. Yeah. Now, the thing that really struck me when you handed the big one is it is heavy. It's really well constructed.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of attention to detail as far as like how heavy duty the zippers are, the sewing, everything that goes into it. I mean, like the padding, like if you do put 60 pounds in here, it feels like you're wearing 30 to 40 pounds. It's just the way it's designed is really like ergonomical and fits the body really nicely.
That's really good because range bags typically, like he bought me a duffel style range bag and empty, it's heavy.
Yeah.
And so then you load it down with a bunch of stuff, and it weighs as much as I do. So having it in a backpack is a really great thing because then it's more evenly distributed, and it's not going to mess up your back and stuff as much.
Yeah, and you're hands-free too, so you could carry other things like that to the range. So
yeah,
absolutely.
They're very nice bags. I have what they call a loadout bag for all my tactical gear, and I practically have to have a horse drag it out of my house. I don't know, but I like the backpack design though.
Yeah, and like the prepper guys, they really like this big bag because they can put like literally everything they own into it and just grab and go. So it's pretty funny.
A bug out bag.
Yeah, the bug out bag, absolutely.
That's good. That's good.
Absolutely.
So has business been good?
Yeah, we've grown the company since we bought it, close to 60 to 70%, I'd say.
Really?
So yeah, we've made a really big push. We're completely all family owned, so it's like me, my two uncles, my aunt, and my brother-in-law. So we've just been really focusing on getting the product out there and creating new products, and yeah, it's something we're really excited about.
And Kristen is the silent partner.
Yeah, she's my Vanna White. So
1 minute. That's all we got left.
That's all we got.
Did you show both of them? Did they both?
Yep.
Yes.
Kristen held both of them up, and yeah.
You can open this one.
She spoke.
Yeah, I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. AM 560 is awesome. I listen to you guys every day, and
thank you.
Absolutely. So thank you guys for having me on the show. We really appreciate it, and getting the chance to talk about our products.
We appreciate. We know you listen. We know everybody who listens. We know where they live. We know.
Yep. Absolutely.
No,
There's that Santa Claus reference again.
There's this
the Santa Claus reference.
Well, there it is. What can I say? I don't know. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more back on the conversation of the midterm elections, and I want to talk specifically about Illinois this go around. So all that and more when we return with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
Not a day goes by without a terrorist attack somewhere in the world, or violence right here in our own streets. It can be paralyzing, which is why we're here at AM 560. We try to make sense of it all, but sometimes you're looking for a deeper understanding of life's most troubling issues. We'd like to encourage you to check out our sister station, AM 1160, Hope for Your Life. We'll still be here when you come back, but give them a listen at AM 1160 or online at 1160hope.com, because even when you have the answers, you still need hope.
Fox News Radio, I'm Paul Stevens. The attorney for a woman accused of being a covert Russian agent operating in the U.S. telling Fox News that the case against her is overblown.
Well, I think that they're stringing together things out of context and that they really don't. They haven't pointed to anything she did that would be remotely spy-like. I mean, just to take a few examples, spies don't communicate on Twitter direct message generally.
Robert Driscoll represents Maria Butina, accused of infiltrating organizations like the National Rifle Association before and after President Trump's election in 2016. The victims of Thursday's deadly boat accident on a Missouri lake remembered at a memorial service near Branson.
And you will always remain in our hearts. We love you. And God bless.
Branson Mayor Karen Best, 17 people were killed when that duck boat went down in bad weather. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Stuck in traffic? We've got the answer. From the Balance of Nature Traffic Center.
I'm Eddie Manzano in the Balance of Nature Traffic Center on the inbound Kennedy. Slight delay from Addison to Sacramento, O'Hare to downtown at 23 from the junction 12. Outbound to O'Hare from downtown at 20. Inbound Ike, sluggish from Ogden to the Circle. Thorndale to the post office at 31 from Manheim 18. On the outbound to Thorndale from the post office at 29 minutes. Inbound Dan Ryan, stop and go from 18th to the Circle. 95th to downtown at 24. On the outbound at 15. No other delays to report at this time. Suburban tollways, Tri-State southbound, your problem is from 90 to the Irving Park Toll Plaza. Northbound side from St. Charles to Lawrence Avenue. Currently mostly cloudy, 71 degrees. Tonight a low 65. Tomorrow Monday a high of 79. Next update in 15 minutes on AM 560 The Answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
This message is sponsored by the radio broadcasters of Chicagoland.
My name is Arvid Huth. I am the president of Penny Mustard Furnishings in Milwaukee and Chicago. Radio advertising has helped Penny Mustard to year over year continue to grow our sales. Radio is theater of the mind. When consumers hear our ad, in their mind they see our furniture. And I think they see it in a better way than if I even showed it on TV.
What's that, Arvid?
A slide presentation on Mission Furniture for Penny Mustard customers. Want to see it?
Sure. Not really.
Great. We have a lot greater success in advertising with radio than we do with any of the new media out there because it works.
When results matter, radio works.
We know radio advertising works because our sales year over year keep increasing. People recognize the brand and people respond to our ads. Radio is more than just a part of our marketing strategy. Radio is our marketing strategy. If you as a company want to grow your business, buy radio. It works.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
And we're back with more On Target Radio. We got a full studio. Gretchen and I are here. Eric Allen's back in there working the board. Georgie's here. Mike, our colleague, is here. And we have our guests. We got Greg and Kristen here. So we ought to put everybody in this room at the same time.
Yeah, Mike said he didn't want to do that. Apparently, we give off an odor.
Okay, so anyway, we have Greg and Kristen. But what we want to talk about now is, we're going to talk about the phone thing. One thing that we want to do is, Greg has been kind enough to say that if that he's willing to give away a bag. So here's the deal. The question is, if you could call us and tell us, what do Gretchen and I say at the very beginning of every single show from day one? Well, not day one. You weren't here day one, but since you've been on,
day one of me. Yes.
Yeah, day one of you. We've done it consistently every single show.
Both in the studio and on the internet.
Correct.
When we were all internet, we've done this before every show.
So if you can call in and tell us what that is, then we will. They will
Greg has
get
said
your choice.
You can have your choice of the small backpack or the large backpack.
Yep. Now, if nobody gets it right, anybody that does call tonight and asks a question or has a comment or something, we'll take their name and their phone number. And so if nobody actually calls in with the right answer,
we'll do a drawing.
We'll do a drawing of everybody that actually called in and asked a question or whatever. So is that obfuscating enough?
No, I thought that was clear.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty good. We do. So we do have a caller already. See how quick that happened?
Wow.
We have Jeff. Jeff is on the line now. Jeff, how you doing this evening?
Greetings, Dave and Gretchen and your guests.
Hello.
Hello.
I would like to go back to your first part of the show about the midterm elections. You know, the, quote, conventional, unquote, logic said 2 years ago that Trump would never be the Republican nominee. And then when he was, then they said, well, he'll never be elected president. And then he was. So this midterm, this psyop that the mainstream fake news media is pushing on people, that there's going to be a loss of Republican seats and a blue wave and that, I'm suggesting that, no, it's going to be a steamroll of the Republicans over the Democrats. And the beauty of it all is the Democrats are helping them.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
This little girl in New York who said, we got to abolish ICE. Well, if nobody else would have said anything, that would just gone off into the ether. But now you have these Democratic senators jumping on board saying we need to abolish ICE. Are these people like in the alternate universe?
Well, you know, I'll tell you something funny, Jeff. We said this after the election. So Pelosi says, somebody said, how are you going to, in light of the election, how are you going to change the platform of the Democratic Party to cope with that? And she says, we're not going to change anything. And I remember thinking, okay, you lost the presidency, you lost the Senate, you lost the House, you actually lost most of the governorships, you lost most of the state legislatures, and you don't think anything needs to be changed. I'm actually going to contribute to that woman's fund. I really am. I want her to run again because she's an idiot. But here's the thing, you know, if you tell people, oh, it's going to be a landslide, they're going to stay home. That's what worries me.
Oh, I agree. We can't get full of ourselves. Absolutely.
So you got to energize the base, because look, the Democrats have clearly energized the base.
Yes, they are energized. I don't think they're as energized as their leaders want to think that they are, just, you know, from talking to people. But yes, definitely. I do like what Jeff said, though. I think instead of a blue wave, we're going to have a red steamroller. I like that.
And don't forget the walk away movement that is gaining steam here.
Oh, yeah.
That is true. You are right.
That's a beautiful thing.
And that's a new thing.
Yeah.
It's not like as if people haven't left a party in the past, but it's a movement.
That came out of left field for me. That's like, oh my goodness.
Literally out of left field.
Well, and I think, you know, the one person that I know who put up a walk away thing, and she talked about, you know, who she is and where she, you know, what her parents were and stuff. That's not new, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to influence. They're trying to show other black folks it's okay. You know, you're not going to be alone in the Republican Party. You're not going to be the only black person in the room if you go to a Republican function, because others of us have already done it. So I, you know, like you're saying, I think it shows it to be more prevalent than maybe people realize it is.
Well, one good sign in all this is there was a picture of the White House, and the Parker Pen Company was making another ink delivery to the president,
yes.
which you know, that
originally they were delivering them in box trucks, and then they switched to semi-tractor trailers because it was taking too long.
Yeah, I got the biggest kick early on because, you know, all the liberal news are going, he's not doing anything, and every single day for like 3-4 weeks, they're announcing a new, he signed this today. Oh, he signed this today. And the whole time that liberal media is going, he doesn't do anything. He's not doing this. I mean, it's really funny. Roseanne Barr really set the bar. Did you hear what she said?
What'd she say?
She was asked, she was sticking up for the president. We're going to have to take a break. But when I come back with more on Target Radio, we're going to talk about this. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
How can you get from here to there? We've got the answer from the Balance of Nature Traffic Center.
Good evening, I'm V.G. Lozano in the Balance of Nature Traffic Center. In Franklin Park, northbound roads is closed down near Grand Avenue, all due to an ammonia leak in the 2100 block of Grove Street over at Koch Foods. This is in Franklin Park. Northbound roads closed down near Grand Avenue, all due to an ammonia leak. Now, inbound Kennedy is slowing down between the O'Hare Extension and Canfield Road. Inbound Dan Ryan is tight right now from 18th to the Byrne Interchange. Inbound Eisenhower slowing down from Ashland Avenue towards the downtown area. Eastbound side of the O'Hare extension, it slows from Bessie Coleman to Manheim Road and in Willow Springs. Crews remain on scene cleaning up an earlier crash near the intersection of 95th and Wolf Road. Your current Chicago forecast is mostly cloudy with a low around 65 for your Monday morning, a sunny high around 80 Monday night, a low around 68. Your next update in 15 minutes on AM 560, The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
As a parent, you want what's best for your children. That means sending them to a school where they'll get the superior education they deserve, and that also shares your values. That can be tricky these days, as public schools have changed and private schools can be expensive. Your household budget has already been cut to the bone, and it's hard to imagine where you'll find that extra money. Well, there's help to lessen that financial burden and provide your child with the very best education at half the cost. At AM 560, The Answer, we work with private schools throughout the Chicagoland area to provide tuition for families at half the normal cost. Just log on to halfpriceschools.com and you'll find some of Chicagoland's finest private schools, from preschool all the way through high school, at half the cost. And chances are there's a school right in your neighborhood. Invest in your child's education and future at halfpriceschools.com. A limited number of half-price vouchers are available. Go to halfpriceschools.com now.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
And welcome back to On Target Radio. Give us a call, 312-642-5600. 312-642-5600. Weigh in. If you can tell us what it is that Gretchen and I always do at the very beginning of every show, you can get your choice of one of the bags that Greg is willing to part with. So that's a good deal. We do have Larry on. Larry says he's going to take a guess. Larry, if you can't get this right, I am shocked. Because
no one can.
Because you've been watching this thing
You're
forever.
one of the most faithful.
Yeah. So what is it, Larry?
I'm racking my brain because I've watched this or listened to this show or watched it since day one. You know that.
I do.
I even went back and looked at a couple of the videos just thinking. And there's nothing that you guys do like the same. I guess I'm wrong, but
you are wrong.
Sorry, that is not the right answer.
We love you, Larry. You're faithful, but you're not observant.
Since day one, and I've never seen the show. And,
Well-
and if I don't get the bag, then I'm not going to buy any more groceries for you at Jewel.
Well, get Larry's phone number, and we are. If nobody gets it right, we'll draw one of the callers. So he's number 2. So right now you got a 50% chance.
Way to go, Larry.
There you go.
Guys.
Okay, appreciate it. Keep watching. Maybe you'll be more observant next time. I don't know.
You know, I know somebody who used to say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. So way to go, Larry.
He certainly tried.
I like it.
Yeah,
I like
certainly tried. He did that.
I love it.
So anyway, we're talking about midterm elections. Illinois, the big deal is the governor. And you could not find a more, for anybody that suggested that Bruce Rauner isn't really conservative, which I can understand that.
Yes.
When you put him next to Pritzker.
Well, yeah. Then he looks like Ron Paul.
Yeah, exactly. And we're talking, if you are a Second Amendment guy, it's going to be bad news with Pritzker.
This is for all the marbles. If you love like the Second Amendment and you would like to keep the Second Amendment,
you bet.
unfortunately, we do have to vote for Rauner if we want to keep the Second Amendment.
There are people who are saying, well, I just won't vote. Not voting is voting for
a
Pritzker.
vote for Pritzker.
As wealthy as Rauner is, Pritzker's outspending him enormously.
It's inconceivable to me. I can't even conceive of this much money.
It's clearly going to set a new record for what it costs to become governor in this state.
The other thing about Pritzker versus Rauner is Pritzker is hellbent on figuring out how to do a progressive tax. Even though it is against the Illinois Constitution, he really wants to do it, and Madigan's going to help him figure out how to do it.
Well, and he'll do. My impression of what I've seen of Pritzker is whatever Madigan wants, he's going to get.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And he's got both sides of the house. So yeah.
Oh, I thought you had something to contribute.
No, I was just agreeing with you. Yeah.
I thought you were like,
we
give us the high side.
We got John Spann on the phone. John will know.
Yay, John.
John will know. What is
our
it, John?
Savior.
What is it?
Ready to win a range bag.
I just saw him yesterday.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
So far, so good.
Okay, I believe that the thing that you and Gretchen do every week is, as the show is starting, you kind of hold your hands up at each other, like high-tenning each other.
There you go.
Very good.
That's it.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's it. So, John, we got the man is right here. He and his wife are here giving it away. Which is your preference?
I think that I would actually like the smaller range bag.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's great. We'll do it. Can we... get his
you could actually text me your address.
That's true, right?
Sure,
yeah, John.
Sure, Gretchen.
Do that.
Yeah, I'll text you my address when I hang up. And great talking to you guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing the product. It looks like a quality product.
Thanks, John. Really appreciate it. I hope you like the bag.
Certainly.
All right. Well, that was quick.
So apparently, what no one knows is, off the mic, we say Showtime.
Showtime. It comes from, I forget the name of the movie, but it's about Bob Fosse's life. And he was always in pain and drugged up and stuff like that. But when he would go to work, he would boost himself up and he would take all the energy and it all come out and he'd go, Showtime. So that's what we do at the beginning of every show.
It was also used on Gem and the Holograms for all of my 80s and 90s kids out there.
Yeah, that was a little afterwards. Bob Fosse thing I think was 1921 or something. I don't remember. But anyway, so that ends that. Now we won't get any more phone calls.
That's right.
Give us a call anyway, 312-642-5600 and weigh in. The big question that we've just talked about Illinois, and there are other election things going on in Illinois. Jim is going for treasurer. I mean, we know people that are going for pretty important jobs. But the biggest thing is the Rauner thing. And there have been people who have said, I don't like Rauner. I certainly won't vote for Pritzker. I just won't vote. If you don't vote, you're voting for Pritzker.
Well, yeah, essentially you're letting everyone else make the decision for you, and that means Pritzker will win. So we definitely don't want to do that. Kind of like, it's a lot like in 2016, those of us who were not crazy about Trump, I'll admit, I was not crazy about Trump as a candidate. Yeah, he was an early supporter. I was not. But the fact of the matter is, I realized that if I don't vote, someone else is going to vote for Hillary, and that's going to, my vote will not be there to cancel that vote out.
Yeah, exactly.
And so she would de facto win. And so I did vote for Trump. And so I think it's the exact same situation with Rauner. We have to hold our noses and vote for him.
And then in the federal midterm, you're talking about the House. You're talking about a lot of stuff. They want to they're desperate to take over the Senate. Now, I will admit that the Democrats really don't have their act together. But you know what? Wouldn't be the first time somebody pulled it out.
Nope.
We're going to take another break. When we come back, you're going to do your action items. So all that and more when we return with more on Target Radio. And you're listening to AM 560.
The answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up our uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Deb, I'm so done with today. Traffic was awful. I couldn't stop for coffee. I have conference calls all morning, plus all these reports to go through. And look, it's 75 and sunny, and I'm stuck in here.
Relax. It's going to be an awesome day. Corporate is throwing a picnic in the parking lot for lunch, and they ordered tasty catering.
What? Did I miss the memo?
Apparently. It's going to be great. They got burgers, grilled chicken, sides, the works. You know, Tasty Catering's picnic food is excellent.
Oh, yeah, I know. We had them for our holiday party.
Today, they're bringing out the Make Your Own Burger Creation Station. They have everything you can think of, like sriracha, blue cheese crumbles, bacon, sautéed mushrooms, and caramelized onions. And they serve it straight off the grill, the way a great burger should be.
Okay, maybe there's still hope for today. I just hope I don't spill mustard on this new tie. Good thing I've got my bib.
You have a bib?
You don't?
Tasty Catering's picnic menu has all the delicious summertime food favorites you crave and more. Go to tastycatering.com to peruse mouth-watering picnic menus and start planning your picnic today. tastycatering.com.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
Join On Target Radio for the Freedom Ride, Saturday, July 28th at 9:30 a.m., starting at Cimino's Pizza in Joliet and finishing at Will County Firearms Training Center in Monee for lunch. $20 per rider, $5 per passenger, $20 per person for the after party. Advance reservations required. Sign up in advance on eventbrite.com. I did put the link on Facebook earlier today. Save the date for the 33rd Annual Gun Rights Policy Conference, September 21st to 23rd at the Hyatt Regency Chicago O'Hare Airport in Rosemont. Hear and meet luminaries of the 2A community. The conference is sponsored by the Citizens Committee for the Right to Keep and Bear Arms and the Second Amendment Foundation, who make it free to attend. Attendees also receive a plethora of books and other informational materials. Register now by emailing grpc2018@saf.org. I put this information on Facebook earlier today also. The following Safer USA classes are at our facility in Waterman. Saturday, August 4th, Long Range Rifle, taught by Ed Janka. Saturday and Sunday, August 4th and 5th, Illinois Concealed Carry 1. This 16-hour class will be taught by David and Gretchen and meets the training requirements for Illinois Concealed Carry as well as Florida and Arizona. To sign up for classes, go to saferusa.com and click on register.
And that was a plethora of information. I'm impressed. We got all kinds of stuff coming up.
Yep.
Got to do the motorcycle run thing. Got to do that for sure. Do you ride a motorcycle?
No, but that sounds really fun.
Yeah, you should. Well, you like guns, right?
Yes.
And you're a musician.
Yes.
And
play the drums.
Yeah. So we got a lot in common. You got to get a motorcycle.
Yeah.
But don't be like Eric. Eric bought, I won't say the brand because I don't want to embarrass the company, but get a Harley. If you're going to get a motorcycle.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about him? Would you let him have a motorcycle?
I don't know. I'm a little bit of a wimp when it comes to that stuff, so he can...
Don't point at me. Just because I don't want one doesn't mean I'm a wimp about it. I've written on the back of yours.
I heard you guys talking last week about which motorcycles you guys were riding and everything, and it kind of made me want to get one, so better watch out, Kristen.
Let me tell you, this is the thing about motorcycles. No fax, no cell phone, no nothing. It's just you and nature. And when you walk or drive by like farm fields, you can feel the temperature change between tilled and untilled soil.
Wow.
You can smell things, which not always the best, but you can. I mean, it's just.
What's wrong with the convertible?
See, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's what I say. But I would have a convertible.
Well, here's the other thing. If you're sort of an adrenaline junkie, I'm a Vietnam guy. I get it. I was a cop for 20 years. I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. So, it's kind of cool to ride a Harley like that. But anyway, I don't know. It is what it is, right? But yeah, so where are we at? We're pretty close to the end of the show, aren't we?
Yes.
I always hate to see the end come, but it does come, and there's not much you can do about it. I'd like
We
to
have
thank Greg.
About a minute and a half.
Yeah, well, about that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to thank Greg and Kristen for coming in. I do appreciate that. And
Absolutely.
You do want to check out his range bags. They really are. When you pick them up, you'll go, oh, yeah. They definitely have a lot of heft to them. And, of course, we'd like to thank you for listening to On Target Radio, as always.
We'd also like to thank George Hoffman on the board, Eric Allen, our video producer. Learn about how you can be a sponsor partner for a lot less than you think. Call 815-741-3474 for details.
And Jim is going to be in next week.
Jim Dodge.
Yeah, I think he's going to be
Jim Dodge for treasurer.
Next week for treasurer. Jim is a treasure trove of stories and knowledge of the money in the state of Illinois.
He's fairly charismatic, and he's not like a boring money guy. I mean,
no, not
it's
at all.
actually surprising, like how much personality he has for a CPA.
Yeah, he's a really interesting guy. I really like him out. So he'll be in next week, and be sure to listen. We'll be covering more red meat issues that affect your life.
Thanks, guys.